Hi friends, how are you? By blessings to God, you are doing well. So this is Dr. Jena, faculty member of PUG Department of Business Management, Fakulty University, Vyasavihar, Balasar, Odisha. Friends, once again I am welcoming to all of you to your channel, to my channel, Dr. AP Jena classes. So friends, today we are going to discuss what is the basic difference between that is the leasing and the hire purchase. So friends, in this video content you will get the more basis comparison points. So far today's discussion is concerned. Today's discussion will be very useful, particularly that is the semester exam. Friends, so you will get the short question as well as the long question, as well as the fill in the blanks, as well as that is the fill in the blanks. फिर भी today's discussion will be very useful and fruitful, particularly those who are preparing for the UGC NET JRF for the subject of commerce management, as well as so this video content will be much helpful for that is the assistant professor, as well as PGT commerce, SSB commerce, for the government colleges as well as the aided colleges as well as the state and central universities also. So this video content will be very useful for other academic, I mean the competitive exam. So friends, without losing our valuable time, golden time, let's start today's discussion. What is the basic difference between the hire purchase and leasing? So friends, don't skip the video from beginning to till end you watch. So definitely you will enjoy in this video content. So before discussing this video content, I am wishing all the very best for your upcoming semester exam, but also other related exam. The first one basis of comparison point, it's the meaning, or you can say friends the definition. आइए फ्रेंड्स देखेंगे लीजिंग. सो ए लीज इज एन एग्रीमेंट वेयर बाय द लेसर, आई मीन द लीगल ओनर ऑफ द एसेट्स, conveys to the lessee, means the user of the asset, the right to use an asset for an agreed period of time in return for a payment or a series of payment. So this definition has been given by the International Financial Reporting Standard, as per that is the IFRS 16. So friends, so it's the well known definitions, and the definitions are the meaning of the hire purchase. So friends, the hire purchase financing is a system under which money is paid for goods by means of periodical installment with the view of ultimate purchase. All money being paid in the mean of time is regarded as payment of hire, and the goods become property of the buyer only when all the installments have been paid. So this definition has been given by Catter. Hi friends, so definitely we will discuss also, we will explain in the easy language. Also you will get the more points, the basis of comparison in between leasing and the hire purchase. So the parties, who are the parties in leasing? So in leasing there are mainly two parties, the lessor. Friends, who is the lessor? He is the owner of the property who grants the property to use, particularly to the new business concern. So here friends, so lessor is the legal owner of the property who will give the property to the lessor for use. So second one party, he is the user of the property. Friends, I have already told you, who pays the rent. It's known as friends the lease rental to lessor for using the property. Similarly, in the case of hire purchasing, there are mainly two parties. So hire purchaser, so friends it's known as hirer. So friends, in the fill in the blanks or MCQ, friends, in semester exam, so that's why it's very important and vital. He is the buyer and the hire vendor. So friends, he is known as, what is this, the hiree. He is the seller of the property. So friends, I am hopeful that now clear what is the meaning of lessor, lessee, as well as the hirer and hiree. Next one friends, the act, which act is applicable for the leasing as well as the hire purchase. The main lease act in India is the or Transfer of Property Act 1982. So Transfer of Property Act 1982 leasing is governed. Similarly, the Hire Purchase Act is in India, it's 1970. Then the purpose, what is the main purpose of leasing? The main purpose of leasing is to use an asset for a specific period as per the lease agreement. The main purpose of hire purchasing is to own the assets. I mean the buyer will purchase the asset or property from the vendor. So next one friends, it's the duration. What is the duration? So far as that is, so duration of leasing is normal, it's the short term as compared to the hire purchase, whereas but the duration of hire purchasing are longer months to years as compared to the leasing. Next one friends, the ownership. So the owner, I mean the lessor, remains the same throughout the lease period in leasing. So friends, I am requesting to all of you, kindly go to the what is the basic difference between operating lease and financial lease. So there I have discussed in detail by citing the suitable example with respect to the owner and other aspects with regard to that is the operating lease and the financial lease. But in hire purchasing, the ownership of the asset is transferred to the customer, I mean the hirer at or after paying the last installment. Then the payment system or structure. In leasing, the lessee makes the regular, I mean the monthly rental payments to use the asset for a set time as per the lease agreement. But in hire purchasing system, the buyer pays the installments including the cost of the asset plus interest until he owns the asset still. So the buyer has to pay the last installment in the case of hire purchasing system. Then the ownership will be transferred to the buyer, I mean the customer. Then the maintenance and insurance. In the case of leasing, the owner of the asset is generally responsible for maintenance and insurance, but in hire purchasing system, the buyer is responsible for both maintenance as well as the insurance. So next one friends, is the tax treatment or tax benefit. In the case of leasing, lease payments is treated as the operating expenses, and so these expenses deducted from the taxable income as that is the tax claims or the tax benefits. But in hire purchasing system or hire purchase, interest portion of the hire purchase payments may be eligible towards the tax deduction as a business expenses. So next one, exposure of risks. So in the case of leasing, so the owner keeps and retains the ownership, as well as the owner will, I mean the lessor, bears the risks. But in hire purchasing system, the buyer takes the risks of asset depreciation or damage. So friends, depreciation is what is this? It's the decreasing value of the fixed assets. End of the agreement. When the agreement will be ended, the asset is returned or lease period may be renewed under the leasing agreement, but the customer keeps the asset till hire purchasing system. So it's so in this case, that is the agreement will be ended. So next one friends, is the contract termination. When breaking a lease can have a legal consequences under the leasing agreement, hire purchase can be terminated before ownership subject to fees. Next one friends, that is the fund size or the volume of a fund. The size of a fund or volume of a fund is large in leasing because leasing involves the buying of capital goods, so such as aircrafts, ships, heavy machineries, etc. So these capital goods are coming under the leasing. But in hire purchasing or hire purchase system, the cost of acquisition is low as compared to the leasing. Hire purchasing is generally used to acquire the automobiles, equipments, you can say that is the lorries, truck, bus, cars. So next one friends, that is the suitability. So leasing is suitable to short-term users, but hire typing error is there friends. So hire purchase is suitable to long-term users. Finally, buyer owns the asset. So next one, examples of financing institutions, I mean who are providing or which financial institutions. So they are providing, that is the leasing finance, ICICI, IFCI, ASIDC, LIC, GIC, UTI, SDFC. So friends, so I am giving the assignment, just you know what is the full form of ICICI and the year of establishment. Some private sector leasing companies, etc., provide the leasing finance assistance to industrial concern, whereas the Bajaj Finance, Shriram Transport, Cholamandalam Finance, Sundaram Finance, Capital Trust, etc. are the examples of hire purchase financing to customer in India. Then down payment. So down payment. So what is down payment, friends? So it's initially when a customer pays. So before purchasing under the hire purchase system. So down payment is not required or is not needed in leasing, but the down payment is required to, or in the case of hire purchase, in order to, that is, transfer the property or assets from the vendor, I mean from the seller to buyer or customer. So next one, friends, that is the salvage value. What is this? At last, friends, we will discuss. The lessee, not being the owner of the asset, does not enjoy the salvage value of the assets, but in hire purchasing, the hirer in purchase being owner of the assets enjoy the salvage value of the asset. So last but not the least, friends, it's a governing the accounting standards, AS. So friends, in AS, so Indian Accounting Standard 116 governs the accounting of leases, but in a IFRS, so friends, I have told you what is the full form of IFRS 16 is govern for global companies for leases, but no such specific accounting standards governs in the case of hire purchasing system, and Indian Accounting Standard 116 governs the accounting for the hire purchase system, but IFRS same, that is 16, governs the global companies for hire purchasing system. So friends, so what I have collected from the data from the Google. So friends, here the conclusion. Concluding remarks, both the hire purchasing and leasing offers the distinct methods for acquiring the assets. Hire purchasing allows the ownership through the installment payments, but leasing provides the access to assets through the rental payments, with ownership remaining with the lessor. What, friends, I have already told you. So salvage value, friends, so it's also known as, हम क्या बोल सकते हैं, residual value type is there, or you can say, friends, it's the scrap value. What is this, friend? So salvage value is the estimated worth of the physical assets such as machine, vehicle or building at the end of the useful economic life. At the end of the economic life of the assets, it will be sold. That represents how much it will be sold for, or its value as a scrap after accounting for wear and tear. It's the meaning of a salvage value. So friends, so these are all about today's discussion. So I am hopeful that so you have enjoyed a lot. So before closing our video content, so I am wishing all the very best for your upcoming semester exam as well as the other related exam. So friends, if you have not subscribed my channel, kindly you subscribe it, kindly you share it, kindly you forward it. So thanks a million to all of you for watching this video content.